Have you ever really stopped to think about what it means to see? For us, it's just instant. But how in the world do you teach a machine to do that? Well, today we're diving into the incredible field of AI that's literally giving computers the gift of sight. I mean, seriously, think about it. You open your eyes and boom, you recognize a friend's face, you see a car coming, you read words on a screen. It's totally second nature to us. But for a computer, that same simple task is unbelievably complex. So how do you translate our vibrant, messy visual world into something a machine can actually understand?
Well, the answer to that question has a name. It's called computer vision.
Okay, so here's the crucial part to get. This isn't just about a machine recording an image, like a simple camera does. No way. This is about teaching that machine to understand what it's looking at, to see a big jumble of colored pixels and go, ah, that's a dog, or that's a stop sign. That probably sounds a little bit like magic, right? So how does that leap from a bunch of digital dots to genuine understanding actually happen? Let's break down the mechanics. At its heart, it's basically a three-step process. First, you feed an image to the AI. To the computer, it's just a giant grid of data, millions of pixels. Then, these really sophisticated machine learning models get to work. They start scanning all that data, hunting for patterns, edges, shapes, colors, textures. And finally, after checking those patterns against thousands or even millions of examples it's been trained on, the system makes a call. It puts a label on it: cat, car, or human face. It's all about turning that raw, meaningless data into actual meaning. And look, this isn't some far-off, futuristic idea from a sci-fi movie. This technology is already all around us. In fact, it's probably in your pocket right now. You're using it every single time you unlock your phone with your face. You see it in action when those advanced cars can recognize traffic signs and people on the street. It's the brains behind security systems that can spot weird movements. It's in hospitals where AI helps doctors find diseases on x-rays. And it's even in those fun little apps that can tell you what kind of plant is in your garden just from a photo. So, yeah, this is the key thing to remember. We've basically given artificial intelligence a sense of sight. And that allows it to perceive and interact with our world in a totally new and fundamental way. So, okay, it's convenient and it's definitely cool. But the real impact of computer vision, it goes so far beyond just unlocking your phone a little faster. We're talking about solving huge, real-world problems. For starters, it is a massive time saver. It automates tasks that would take humans an insane amount of time. Think about agriculture. Drones with computer vision can fly over thousands of acres and analyze crop health in a single afternoon. A job like that would take a whole team of people weeks to do by hand. And beyond just speed, it brings this incredible new level of precision. In a factory, for example, a computer vision system can inspect products whizzing by on an assembly line and spot tiny, microscopic defects that are completely invisible to the human eye. That means better quality and, honestly, safer products for all of us. But this is where it gets really important. This technology is actively saving lives. In healthcare, AIs are being trained to read medical scans, and they can spot the earliest signs of diseases like cancer with amazing accuracy, sometimes catching things a busy doctor might miss, and that gives patients a critical head start on treatment. When you boil it all down, it comes to this. We're bringing the power of human sight into the world of artificial intelligence. We're building a bridge between the digital world and our physical one by giving machines one of our most basic senses. And that leaves us with a pretty big question for the future, doesn't it? As this artificial sight gets more and more powerful, maybe even better than our own in some ways, what are we going to point it at? What problems will we choose to solve? What new things will we discover? The potential is really just beginning to come into focus.